Did you know that in solo leveling, the most unbreakable hunter wasn't actually protected by a system, but by sheer human willpower? Most fans remember Ma Dongwook as the massive S-rank tanker, the literal wall of the Fame Guild, and the man who stood toe-to-toe with the monsters of Jeju Island. But there is a much more brutal truth hidden behind his heavy armor. It wasn't just a high rank that made him a legend, it was his giant's shield and a physical constitution that defied the laws of biology. Today we are going to break down the ironclad secret of Ma Dongwook and why he was the only human wall capable of standing between a massacre and survival. On the surface, being a tanker follows a set of simple, terrifying rules. Draw the aggro, absorb the impact, and never back down. But what the series slowly reveals is that for Dongwook, these weren't just tactical commands, they were his survival instincts. While other hunters relied on flashy magic or speed, Ma Dongwook was built to find a way to endure the unendurable. He possessed a physical fortitude that forced even the most terrifying bosses to halt their advance. This is why he didn't just stand there and take hits. He controlled the battlefield with his gravity. It was a simulation of a mountain facing a storm hidden in a man who refused to break. This is where the anime and the manhwa revealed the true horror of a tanker's burden. In the anime, we feel the visceral tension as the S-rank team prepares for the ultimate raid, but in the manhwa, you realize that the tanker role was a heavy cross to bear. The Jeju Island raid was the only place where the limits of a human body could be tested against a king. Ma Dongwook chose the front lines because he was the only one with the mental and physical armor to survive the initial clash. Even when Beru's speed was too much and he took a brutal beating to protect his team, his spirit never wavered. The manhwa makes it clear, Ma Dongwook wasn't just a leader, he was the foundation that held the line, trusting his healers like Min Byung-gyu to mend his broken body so he could stand up and fight again. In the game, solo leveling Arise, Ma Dongwook is brought to life as the ultimate test of a player's defense and counter strategy. You aren't just a meat shield, you are fighting with power of destruction and the importance of shield bash timing. The game emphasizes the defense to damage scaling, forcing you to turn your durability into a weapon. If you ignore his timing and positioning, your entire backline is wiped out in seconds. The game makes something clear that the anime is just starting to show. Ma Dongwook is a strategic masterpiece of a tank. It turns the shield from a simple tool into a permanent reminder that in this world, the best offense is an impenetrable defense. But to understand his true strength, you have to look at the years of silence. After Sung Jinwoo used the Cup of Reincarnation to reset the world, the gates vanished and the mana disappeared. In this new timeline, Ma Dongwook wasn't a hunter, he was an elite professional weightlifter. He traded his giant shield for iron bars and heavy plates, using his God-given strength to bring glory to South Korea and the world of sports, completely unaware of the monsters he once fought in another life. However, when the Itarim Gods began their invasion and the mana started leaking back into the world, the Iron Fortress didn't hesitate. Even without his old memories, his body remembered the duty. As the gates reopened, Ma Dongwook was among the first of the old guard to reawaken, reclaim his S-rank power, and step back onto the front lines to mentor the next generation like Sung Suho. History might call him just another athlete who became a hunter, but the lore knows him as the Iron Fortress that stood tall when the gods themselves tried to tear the world apart. His shield wasn't just metal, it was the cradle of Korea's hope.